something that you want to forget for a certain time or even for good. Witness the story of a girl who tends to forget her name just to escape from the cruel reality called life. This is Mizuki, the girl who sometimes had trouble remembering her own name, to the extent that she had to look at her ID to know and remember her name again. But the weird thing is, she can recall all the names of her friends and even recite their phone numbers. One day, Mizuki decided to create a way for her to easily remember her name. She came up with an idea of buying a bracelet with her name engraved on it.
That was a great idea of yours, Mizuki. Your husband won't notice your problem at all.
Mizuki's husband, Mr. Takashi Ando, didn't know about her wife's problem of having trouble remembering her name because Mizuki didn't want Mr. Ando to overthink that she wasn't happy with their marriage.
But don't you think it's a symptom for a serious disease?
You think so? Mizuki decided to see a physician for her scheduled checkup, but it didn't turn out so well. Do you forget anything besides your name? No, right now it's just my name. This sounds more like a psychiatric case. If you start to forget anything else, please check back with us. We can run some tests then. Mizuki went home, feeling dejected. As she started to change, she saw a newsletter. Mizuki arrived at the counselor's office, and she realized that she was the only client. The counselor appeared named Mrs. Tetsuko Sakaki and started talking.
My husband works in the ward office here. You see, he's the section chief of Public Works Department.
Mrs. Tetsuko approached Mizuki.
Come on, I don't have any other appointments today. Let's just take our time and have a good heart-to-heart talk. You can rest assured that I have a degree in counseling and lots of experience.
Two of them started talking, and Mizuki began to explain what had been happening to her.
It was a wonderful idea to put your name on a bracelet. It's such a good deal and practical solution to your problem.
But do you think that forgetting one's name would be connected with a serious disease?
I don't think so.
Mrs. Tetsuko started asking her questions.
Tell me about you and your family.
I don't think I have special things to say about them. Nothing interesting. But Mizuki still answered the question that is being asked by Mrs. Tetsuko. The counseling went well.
Mrs. Ando, can you come at the same time next week, Wednesday?
Yes, I can. You don't mind if I do?
Of course not.
The next Wednesday came, and they started the session.
I wonder if there's any event that you can recall that had to do with names.
Mizuki think for a while. I do have a memory about a name tag.
A name tag? Very good.
But it wasn't mine. It was somebody else's.
It's okay, it doesn't matter. Tell me about it.
Remember last time, I told you I came from the private girls' school from both junior and senior high school. I was from Nagoya, and the school is from Yokohama. But it's okay. I don't feel lonely at all.
But weren't there a lot of good private schools in Nagoya? Why did you have to go all the way to Yokohama?
My mother went to this school, and she wanted one of her daughters to go there too. And I thought it might be nice to live away from my parents.
You said you have an older sister?
That's right. She's 2 years older than me.
Why did she go to that school?
She's more of a homebody, and she had some problems with her health. So she went to a local school and lived at home. I've always been a lot more independent than her. When I graduated from elementary school and my parents asked me if I go to school in Yokohama, I said, okay. For most of the time there, I had a roommate. But when I got to be a senior, I was given my own room. I was also appointed the student's representative from my dorm. Every student in the dorm had a name tag, which hung on the board at the entrance of the building. The front of the name tag had your name in black and the back in red. Whenever you went out, you had to turn the name tag over. Then you turn it over again when you came back. Anyways, this happened in October. Before dinner one night, I was in my room, doing my homework. When Mizuki was busy doing her homework, a junior named Yoko Matsunaka came to see her. When Mizuki opened the door, Yoko Matsunaka was standing there.
Do you have a minute to talk to me?
Sure, I'm not doing anything special right now.
Mizuki, have you ever felt jealous?
No, I guess I never have.
One of my relatives died and I have to go to the funeral. I already got permission from the dorm master. I should be back by Monday morning. But while I'm gone, I was wondering if you could take care of my name tag.
I don't mind holding it for you, but why go to the trouble of giving it to me? Couldn't you just stick it on a desk drawer?
I just want you to hold on to it for me this time.
Okay.
I don't want the monkey running off with it while I'm gone.
I doubted that there are any monkey here. After that day, Yuko didn't came back, and anyone became worried. Until one day, someone saw her body and said that she committed suicide.
Do you think Yuko has something to tell you?
I don't think so.
Or is she trying to say something to you? Did you tell anyone she'd come to see you?
No, I never did.
Why not?
If I told people about it, it would only have caused more confusion. I don't think anyone would have understood.
You mean that jealousy might have been the reason for her suicide? What happened to the name tag?
I still have it. It's in a box at the back of my closet, along with my own name tag.
Why did you keep it? Perhaps Yuko was interested in you for some reason. Maybe there was something in you that she was drawn to.
I wouldn't know about that. The next week, Mrs. Tetsuko has something good to tell as the result throughout your session.
I've discovered the reason you've been forgetting your name, and I've found the solution.
So I won't be forgetting my name anymore.
Correct! You won't forget your name anymore. The problem has been solved.
Mrs. Tetsuko pulled out the name tag on her back and showed it to Mizuki. Her name and Yuko's name is written on it.
It's no wonder you're surprised, but there's nothing to be frightened of.
How did you...
How did I happen to find your high school name tag? I recovered them for you.
Mizuki followed Mrs. Tetsuko. They entered a small storage room of some kind. A monkey? That's right.
I'm very sorry.
He can talk!
Yes, I can.
Why did you steal the name tags?
It's what I do. I'm a monkey who takes people's names. It's a sickness I suffer from. Once I fix on a name, I can't help myself. Not just any name, mind you. I'll see a name that attracts me and then I have to have it. I know it's wrong, but I can control myself.
Were you trying to break into our dorm and steal Yuko's name tag?
Yes, I was. I was head over heels in love with Miss Matsunaka. I've never been so attracted to somebody in my life.
Did you have anything to do with her suicide?
No, I didn't. I had nothing to do with that. She was just overwhelmed by an inner darkness.
But how did you know that Yuko's name tag was at my house?
It took me a long time to trace it. It didn't occur to me at the time that Miss Matsunaka would have left her name tag with you, since you weren't particularly close.
But why did you steal my name tag too? Why not just Yuko's? I suffered a lot because of what you did.
I'm very, very sorry. I beg you, please don't kill me. What I've done is wrong. I understand that. I've caused a lot of trouble. I'm not trying to argue with you, but some good also comes from my actions. What possible good could come from stealing people's names? I do steal people's names, no doubt about that. But in doing so, I'm also able to remove some of the negative elements that stick to those names.
Why do you say that?
Along with her name, I might have been able to take away some of the darkness that was inside her.
I told you, it's alright. I really want to know.
Okay, then I'll tell you. Your mother doesn't love you. She has never loved you, not even for a minute since you were born. I don't know why, but it's true. Your older sister doesn't like you either. Your mother sent you to school in Yokohama because she wanted to get rid of you. She wanted to drive you as far away as possible. Your father isn't a bad person, but he isn't what you call a forceful personality, and he couldn't stand up for you. For these reasons, ever since you were small, you've never got enough love. I think you have an inkling of this, but you've intentionally turned your eyes away from it. You've shut this painful reality up in a small dark place and closed the lid. You've tried to suppress any negative feelings. This defensive stance has become part of who you are. Because of all this, you yourself have never been able to deeply unconditionally love anybody else.
Mizuki was silent.
Your married life seems happy and problem-free, and perhaps it is, but you don't truly love your husband, am I right? Even if you were to have a child, it would be the same. Phew! I can't stand it anymore. Let's beat the hell out of him.
Hold on! Mizuki said. What the monkey's saying is true. I've known it for a long time, but I've always closed my eyes to it, blocked my ears. He's telling the truth, so please, forgive him. Just take him to the mountain and let him go. Mizuki didn't know where to start and what to do again. All that is clear to her is that she has her name tagged back to her now, and have a clear mind and heart that what is true to herself. Mizuki's name was never forgotten. It was chose to be forgotten to escape from the unfair and cruel reality of her life. Now, Mizuki has her name on her hands, and she learns to accept her real life and live with it.